out to some lines. These people should come up and ready. Thanks.
Do you have any of his cards?
I did not bring any of his cards. Do y'all get them to fill out PDFs if we get appointed in court?
Yeah, before they leave, they have to fill out PDF. There should be one here. Mr. Stevens.
All rise, please. Circuit Court is now in session. Honorable Terrence Cash will preside. Please be seated.
Okay, good morning. We're here on the April 18th miscellaneous criminal docket. We'll begin with Mr. Stevens. We'll do Keontae Pride.
Good morning, Judge. We are here in Keontae Pride and 23 CF 326 for a bond hearing. He has been incarcerated since January the 14th for possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell, theft of a firearm, and trafficking. Currently, as he's being held without bond, is not constitutional. There are no pretrial detention motions that have been filed. He's not charged with any violent crimes. I believe both the state and defense agree that he is legally entitled to a bond. We just disagree over the amounts. As for the nature of the charges, they are serious charges. We stipulate to that. However, the evidence linking Mr. Pride to those charges is flimsy at best. He is one of multiple people seen coming and going from an apartment. Law enforcement later executes a search warrant on that apartment, finds the drugs, finds the gun. The defendant is not in the apartment. There's no admissions. There's nothing found on his person. But because he was coming and going, he's been charged with everything that was found inside that apartment. Discovery is still outstanding. We still don't have discovery, so I only have the probable cause affidavit. But at best, this is not even a mere proximity argument, but he's currently being held without bond. So we are asking the court to set a reasonable bond, even with GPS monitor, to ensure that he's present in court. He has lived in Okaloosa County his entire life. He's only 16. His mother is here, Sonia Boyers. She's lived here her entire life. She is more than willing to take the defendant back in and ensure that he appears to court. But we are asking the court to set $10,000 on each count for $30,000 cash professional. He does have court coming up, I believe, in June. It will be his next pretrial. But again, he's only 16 and he's being held currently in Okaloosa County Jail.
Your Honor, the state is requesting the same bond that the court gave to Mr. Pride's co-defendant, Jamarian Pride, which was $50,000 on each count, cashier professional with pretrial services and a GPS. We feel that it is fair for at least these two co-defendants to have the same bond. And just so the court's aware, the third co-defendant, Mario Lee, was actually given bonds on these at first appearance. He was given $75,000 cash professional, it looks like, on the trafficking, and then $7,500 on the grand theft of the firearm, and the cell manufacturer deliver the controlled substance. It looks like the state is asking for the co-defendants to have the same or similar bonds, Your Honor, just so the court is aware. They all three were seen coming and going from that apartment, but this stemmed from a search warrant on a car that was connected to that residence. They were seen in the car, and then on sight of law enforcement fled inside this apartment. Law enforcement kept surveillance on that apartment while they received a search warrant for that apartment. So we do believe that it is the state's contention that all three of these co-defendants were involved in the activities going on in that car and in that apartment. And again, the state would request that all three of these co-defendants receive same or similar bonds, and we would ask for Keontae Pride to receive the same bond that Marion Pride received.
Final word, Mr. Stevens.
Final word, Judge. I believe the probable cause affidavit states they were behind the car, standing behind the car. There's no indication that Mr. Pride was ever seen in the car, talking to the occupants of the car, leaving the car, etc. The state chooses to pick the defendant with the higher bond and ignore Mario Lee, who was given $90,000 as opposed to $150,000. And Mario Lee is 21 years old. He's an adult. And he gets a lower bond than the two juveniles who get held $150,000 each. Again, he's never, that I've seen from his juvenile paperwork, I don't see any failures to appear in his priors. His mother's here. She wanted to take custody of him. He's got the family support. So we are asking for a lower bond. And if the court's inclined to keep it similar, we would certainly ask for $90,000 as opposed to $150,000.
I agree with you, Mr. Stevens. We should try our best to be more consistent with our bonds. It's sometimes difficult when you have different judges. If I was doing it, I'd give him a $150,000 bond too. I wouldn't go the other way though. The court agrees. The problem with these cases is that we have to consider the safety of the community. And when you're talking about distributing fentanyl, that's a very, 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 very high risk to the community. And therefore I think that $50,000 with the GPS monitor is appropriate. He does have a right to a bond, and but I think a reasonable bond would be $50,000 per count. Thank you very much.
I think mechanically, Judge, we continue this case to the June pretrial.
Okay.
And that's all I have this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll start at the top of our docket. Kenneth Glenn. Mr. Keisha. We can go. Come on, Mr. No,
I've got out of custody.
Sorry.
Written Eisenhut. So it's a BOP. The state conveyed an offer yesterday. We'd like to just deny today and get the next court date.
Very good. Do you want to do just a pre-trial, or?
I don't know what dates you're looking at, Judge.
Well, the pre-trial, it would be June 12th.
Judge, I've got other things on that day. That'd probably be the best.
But this is a BOP, so we usually go on, we generally put them on other miscellaneous. Is May 9th too early?
In the morning, Judge?
Yes.
That'd be fine.
Okay. We'll come back on May 9th. Okay.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock without speaking.
Sir. Thank you, Judge. That's all I've got.
Thank you. Have a good day. Okay. Matthew Sweeney.
This is Kennedy Lane, the first one.
I don't see Mr. Keach. That's fine.
Oh, that you just called for him, so I figured. Okay.
I did, but I didn't realize that Mr. Keach wasn't in the courtroom.
How about Matthew Sweeney? Is his attorney not here?
I don't see Mr. Stokes either, Your Honor.
Okay, I agree.
Then let's put these guys back.
Okay, sorry.
We can put Glenn and Sweeney back here, attorneys back here.
Let's do a couple of these with no attorneys. We've got several individuals that are here on the first violation of probation charges. I'm going to be telling you all the same thing, that you do have a right to an attorney, and if you don't have an attorney or you can't hire an attorney, the court will appoint a public defender to go through the application process. But what we'll do today is just enter a denial. If you do accept an attorney and give you a chance to come back and discuss it with your attorney before taking any substantive steps. So with that, if you'll just come down to the well here at the podium when I call your name. Marilyn Bohannon. You come forward. Would the state announce?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry, I'm looking for her.
It's 2018 CF 1079. Ms. Bohannon, as I said, you do have a right to an attorney. You wish to have an attorney appointed, or are you going to hire private counsel?
They said I had a public defender.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm showing Mr. Medina as...
Okay, it just shows that she didn't have one. So you have the public defender?
Judge, I'm showing that we just got her file, so at this time we're going to enter a plea of guilt. Denial, sorry.
That's all right.
And ask that it be set off about 30 days to get a chance to meet with us.
Okay. So, May 18th and one wasn't clear. Do we have that available? No. Okay.
I thought we
That's all right. That's all right. Other than May 9th, do we have any available in the morning until? Sure. Okay, May 16th.
Judge, the state informed me that they're making an offer, so if we could pass this one for a second, I can have a second talk to Ms. Bohannon, we might be able to resolve it today.
Okay, we'll come back.
Okay.
Renee Heinrichs, if I pronounce that name correct. Renee Heinrichs.
Your Honor, this is case 22 CF 2374. Ms. Henricks is unrepresented by counsel from what I can see. She was here on a first time up for a violation of probation under a plea of possession of paraphernalia based upon an allegation of a positive urinalysis and a failure to complete treatment based upon her absence from the courtroom. I don't see anyone approaching. I would ask for a capias, no bond.
Court will issue a no bond capias. Dakota Kessinger. Would the state announce?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Kessinger is here on two cases, 22 CF 1946 and 22 CF 1324, based upon an allegation of a violation of probation, based in part upon a new law violation in the 23 CF case, in which it was alleged that Mr. Kessinger was found with a trafficking amount of fentanyl. Based upon that, the state is not willing to make an offer at this time. It will make a global offer at some point in the future.
Very good. So, Mr. Kessinger, you do have a right with these new charges to have an attorney appointed. You wish to have an attorney appointed or hire private counsel?
I'm hiring private counsel, sir.
Okay. Do you know when?
Oh, yes, sir. It'll be this week.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and enter a denial on these are violations of probation, typical to a not guilty denial.
Yes, sir.
So that you preserve your rights to come back May 16th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll continue this to May 16th.
Your Honor, and if I can, just on Ms. Henricks,
Sure.
out of curiosity, I looked at the cash bond she posted. Cash bond says April 11th. 1:30 was when she was supposed to be in court. Obviously, it's not April the 11th at 1:30. We did, but I don't think it got to her, or we don't have return of service as of yet. cash bond set another court date, so.
But you got a notice.
I can only tell the court there might have been confusion, so I would say.
Might have been, but,
I understand, Your Honor. I'm just letting the court know there.
no, you make a good argument. I don't mind you making the argument. That's why I was, if she had not received written notice, you know.
I don't know, and that's where we don't know if it came back or if it was served. Actually, she got notice. I can only tell the court, the only notice I know she got that she signed was the one from cash bond.
I mean, she may not be at that address, but it's her responsibility to keep up with that address. So.
And I would say,
Pardon? Oh, no.
I know the court's issue case is maybe we can set no bond, some sort of bond on there because there might have been confusion.
State?
Judge, she's not entitled to bond on a VOP. It looks like the notice that was sent out regarding the court take today was sent on March 29th, is from what I can see.
That's correct. That's what the clerk.
I mean, on any other case in which there's a violation of probation for this court and you have a probationer that doesn't appear, I think it's reasonable to have no bond. If Ms. Heinrichs, however you pronounce it, wishes to make an argument related to her non-appearance, I think she should do so before Your Honor.
At this point, I'm comfortable with the capious thing. There's some responsibility on the parties. Unfortunately, it doesn't always occur. Okay, Daniel Scholler, if I'm pronouncing that right. Case number 2020 CF 72.
Governor, as you stated, 20 CF 72, this is the first time up on an alleged violation of probation. The allegations that Mr. Scholler failed to complete substance abuse evaluation and treatment. Not seeing anyone standing up acknowledging that they are Mr. Scholler, and not seeing anyone approaching the lectern, the state would request a capious.
Court will enter a no bond capious. Okay. So next up are, you want to do Mr. Gates's, do yours, Mr. Gates? Michael Gray?
I don't have any out of custody though, so mine are all in custody this morning.
You want to do the out of custody first?
Yes, Your Honor, I would say that's probably the best route to go.
Is Mr. Medina or Mr. Russell?
Out of custody.
I think all of mine are in custody too, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Harper's sitting over there too.
Mr. Harper, do you have any that are out of custody?
I have a quick matter, Judge, just a continuance for the afternoon dockets, if I may approach. It'll take 5 seconds.
Does anyone in here think they have recorded?
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaysTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery,
from Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Mr. Gates, you want to?
Yes, Your Honor, I think court security knows who like that, and we'll call on the secretary.
First one is Michael. We're going to go ahead and do green. Okay.
We're ready for 2323.
Yes, Your Honor, and Mr. Gray is actually on the afternoon docket as well. He is. He scheduled this morning for a bond hearing, but we are intending to enter a plea.
Sure. Do you need to talk to anybody before you do yours, Mr. Russell? I mean,
Russell.
I already talked to him.
You're entering a plea for that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Michael Gray to the left. Right. Everybody else? Not female stuff.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Gray before the court. If I can let him sign the plea agreement. He and I went over it this morning. Your Honor, Mr. Gray will be placed on probation. He informed me that he's trying to make arrangements to get there ASAP, but he may need till tomorrow by 8 if the court would allow that. Your Honor, may I approach? Mr. Gray doesn't support one of the court orders will not be used for
Okay. Would you please announce the plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gray will be pleading no contest as charged in 23 CF 637. He'll be adjudicated guilty in all counts in the case. In count 1, which is the sole felony count, he'll be placed on 3 years of probation. We're going to ask the court to waive constant supervision, and all other counts, which are misdemeanors, will be sentenced to time served. Standard court costs of $515, $150 public defender fee, required to do the substance abuse evaluation within 30 days of his release, any recommended treatment within 60 days, anger management course, which needs to be completed within the first 12 months of his supervision. If not employed, the defendant must complete 3 job applications per week. Mr. Gray has asked the court if he could transfer his probation to Mississippi, where he was a resident. Show proof of valid driver's license are eligible, and then there's a 1-year driver's license revocation according to the statute as well, Your Honor.
Very good. Mr. Gray, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Is it stated in agreement with this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gray, you just heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement that you have signed. So my first question is, have you read this plea agreement closely?
Yes, sir.
And have you gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because there's some important other issues other than what he just talked about that are in this agreement. One, that you're waiving some valuable legal rights. Have you gone over that with your attorney? Make sure you understand you're waiving the right to go to a trial. That's the big one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand that? You believe that's in your best interest
Yes,
to
sir.
waive these rights, to do this plea agreement, and make a final resolution of this case here today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you've had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea agreement. And as stated by your defense counsel, as to count one, which is the felony count, you'll receive 36 months of probation, waive the cost of supervision. The other counts are misdemeanors. All will get credit for time served. Those will be resolved finally here today. You've got fees and costs that have to be paid during probation. A number of other issues, the substance abuse evaluation, anger management, all of these things that are contained in this written agreement must do. That's part of the probation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. And you're okay with the score sheet? Yes, sir.
Harold Guerrero.
This is Mr. Guerrero before the court. He is also on the afternoon docket for arraignment. We have a plea agreement to be filed that's going to cover his VOPs before the court this morning, as well as his new charge this afternoon.
Okay.
If I may approach, Your Honor.
You may.
Mr. Guerrero and I did discuss the score sheet. He doesn't score more than 44 points. It's fairly. So this will not be a downward departure.
Okay. Thank you.
I may give probation a copy or send a copy, Your Honor.
Would you announce, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Guerrero will be admitting the violations before the court in 21 CF 2141 and pleading no contest as charged in 23 CF 482. Will be adjudicated guilty in 21 CF 2141. Those are all misdemeanors. We're going to revoke and terminate his supervision. He'll be sentenced to 60 days in the county jail with credit for all time served, concurrent between all 4 counts. Assess the cost of prosecution, public defender fee. Mr. Guerrero would ask for 24 months from his release date to pay those before this into collections. In 23 CF 482, we're going to actually maintain the withhold or do a withhold of adjudication on that, placed on 48 months of supervision concurrent, waive the supervision fees, assess the standard court cost, public defender fee, substance abuse evaluation, any recommended treatment, random urinalysis, 100 hours community service work, and then count 3, which is the misdemeanor. He'll be sentenced to time served, or 60 days county jail with time served on that.
The stated agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerrero, would you please raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, correct?
Yes.
And I see that those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement that you have signed.
Yes, sir.
Have you reviewed, first of all, have you read this plea and sentencing agreement closely?
Yes, sir.
And have you gone over it in detail with your attorney, make sure you had all your questions answered?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that by entering into this plea as contained in this agreement, you're waiving some valuable legal rights, right to go to a trial, contest all this. You've gone over that and you believe this is in your best interest to do this here today?
Yes, sir.
And there'll be a final resolution of your case. You understand that? Both your cases, actually. Okay. Very good. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea on the violations of probation, which is 2141. The court will revoke and terminate probation on all counts, and you'll receive 60 days in the county jail. You'll get credit for time served, and they'll all be served concurrent, all at the same time.
Yes,
That'll also go for count 3 of the new law charge, the 23 CF 482. As to the the felony charges in 482, counts 1 and 2, you'll receive 48 months of probation. They'll be served concurrent. You do have some other standard fees and costs that are payable during the probation. And the substance abuse evaluation has to be done within 30 days and follow up the treatment. That's the community service. The other things contained in here. Okay? There's one small typo here, Mr. Gates.
Is it 150 on the second one?
No, well, that might have been a typo too, but the withhold of adjudication, it says 48, it should say 482, so I'm just going to put that 2 right in there.
I appreciate that,
Just the case number. I mean, the case number. Okay. And there is a withhold of adjudication on the felony counts. The misdemeanor counts are all be adjudicated. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Okay. Thank you very much. You good with the score sheet?
Yes, sir. Jim all night?
This is Mr. Knight before the court. He's actually gonna say, I thought we had handled the arraignment on the 11th. He had an arraignment in, make sure I got it right. Thought he had an arraignment for that.
That was kind of a chaotic afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor.
May have gotten that messed up.
I apologize. It's,
No.
he's got a new case. It's 23 CF 708 that's set for May the 16th. Along with the VOPs.
708 is we have it scheduled for a plea this afternoon.
Do we, Your Honor?
We do.
Okay. Then we will be handling that case this morning as well.
This morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
If I can let Mr. Knight sign the plea agreement, Your Honor.
Let our transportation know that all the ones that are this morning that have come back this afternoon will have to come back this afternoon.
Absolutely, yes.
Just verification that all of these that we're seeing this morning are also in the afternoon docket will not be treated.
Who's handling on the state side the first one, Glenn, Kenneth Glenn?
That is me, Your Honor.
Okay. If you get a chance,
Yes.
if you by any chance have, do you have Mr. Keach's number? If you do, somebody needs to give him a call.
Sure.
Tell him we're having old court here.
His client did say that he heard that his lawyer was in there.
Okay. So maybe he told somebody and I just didn't get the word. That's all right. As long as he's coming, I'm fine.
His office, I understand, is in South Bolton, so he may have something like that.
Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. The state will be filing a score sheet. It'll include the VOP mainly. The new law violation, we're going to do a misdemeanor charge. Mr. Knight will be pleading admitting the violations in 22 CF 2506 and 22 CF 2914, pleading no contest in 23 CF 708 for the lesser included offense of possession of controlled substance less than 20 grams of cannabis. He'll be adjudicated guilty in all counts and cases. We're going to revoke and terminate his outstanding supervision, sentence to 6 months in the county jail, standard cost of prosecution, public defender fee, and then 23 CF 708, 6 months in the county jail, concurrent with credit for all time served, standard court cost, PD fee. Mr. Knight would ask for 24 months from his release date to pay those costs before they're sent to collections.
Very good. Stated agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Knight, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You heard your attorney, you can put your hand down. You heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I see that those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement that you signed. My first question to you is, have you looked at this plea agreement closely? Have you read this?
Yes.
You read this? Okay. And have you gone over it in detail with your attorney? Make sure you had all your legal questions. There's a bunch of other legal stuff in here. Mainly, the big thing is that you're waiving a number of rights by entering into this plea agreement. You're waiving the right to go to a trial, the right to confront witnesses, all those things that you have a constitutional right to do. You're waiving those so you can have a final resolution of your case in this case. Is that what you want to do here today?
Yes, sir.
And have you had all of your questions answered? If you haven't, I'll give you more time to talk. Sensing a little hesitation, I want to make sure that you know what you're doing and that you're entering into this voluntarily. If you need a little more time, you can have it.
Yes, sir.
But you need to convince me that you're good with all this.
Yes, sir.
You good with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, and you believe it's in your best interest to enter into this plea agreement?
I do.
Okay. Very good, you convinced me. So, the court will accept your plea, and the court's going to, pursuant to the plea agreement, revoke and terminate probation on both the probation 2506 and 2914 cases. And in those cases, there'll be some fees and costs. You'll have 6 months sentence in the county jail. You will get credit for time served. They'll be concurrent with one another, so they'll all serve at the same time. And then the last new law charge, which is a lesser included charge of possession of less than 20 grams of cannabis, you'll also be sentenced to 6 months in the county jail. Again, those will be concurrent, will be served at the same time. So essentially you have a 6-month sentence with credit for time served. Fees and costs are as contained in the plea agreement, and you will get 24 months from after you get out of county jail to pay the outstanding fees before they go to collection. Okay? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Jesse Vincent. Vincent with the P. That's where you're not going to get there.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Jesse Vincent on the docket. He is scheduled as a competency hearing. Mr. Vincent was recently returned to the county jail from Florida State Hospital. After reviewing the records, at this time we'll be stipulating to the authenticity of the Florida State Hospital recommendation and report.
The state will similarly stipulate to the findings in the report.
Okay, and what were the findings? Just for the
That
record?
Mr. Vincent is now competent to proceed.
Okay. And that is a change, so over time, there have been, the court notes there have been several evaluations, correct? And that you continue to be diligent with what you're doing with the services at the hospitals. And so based upon that and the most recent evaluation that's filed with the court will deem you competent to proceed. And so there's already been a previously entered not guilty plea, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you want to just put him on the next court calendar?
Yes, Your Honor. If we could do June the 14th.
Okay.
My intent is to probably schedule him for a bond hearing at some point in May as well, Your Honor, but I'll get the paperwork before I do that.
Okay. Very good. So we'll continue it until June 14th. Both counts.
Thank you, Your Honor. And
Thank
that's
you.
all I have before the court this morning.
Okay, very good.
If I may be excused, Your Honor.
You may, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jenny Baker.
Judge, this is Mr. Medina's case. If I could have just a second.
Okay.
If I recall, Judge, this is here on a violation of probation, but Ms. Baker also has 2 new law violations that are set for plea day on May 16th.
On May 15th?
Is it 15th? I thought it was the 16th.
May 16th.
So at this time, what we'd like to do...
Hold on. We'll make sure that. Do you have those case numbers?
I don't, Judge, because Mr. Medina has the docket.
That she said on Your Honor's plea day, May 16th, and it's 23 CF 712 and 713.
Has the information been filed in that case?
I did not see information,
I
Judge.
checked last night, Your Honor.
Okay,
It
so
has not
you
been.
can't interpret that.
That's fine. What I was going to propose to do is right now just enter a denial on the VOP.
Okay.
Set it to May 16th with the plea day cases. And then maybe on May 16th we can resolve everything, maybe not, but try.
So the court will enter a denial
Yes, sir.
as to this violation 22 CF 2998. We'll come back on May 16th. That'll be at 1:30 during the arraignment schedule.
Yes, sir.
And we'll handle that in the other two cases as well. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Antonio Bell, that?
Yeah.
Antonio Bell, to the left.
I don't have the file. He asked me and he said he'd take it back.
Your Honor, maybe to pass and Steve.
Judge, Mr. Bell Betts, this is here for a bond hearing. Mr. Medina has a file.
I have here just this is a VOP hearing, not a bond hearing.
Okay.
The bond hearing is this afternoon, Mr. Joseph.
Oh, then I thought he was going to handle everything at one time.
I mean, if it's set in the afternoon on a bond hearing, it's anticipated that it's going to be more than just arguments in 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's generally the way we do it. You know, when we have the afternoon, that's kind of the differentiating. If it's more than 10 minutes or whatever.
Can we
Mr.
pass-
Medina is just coming in. He might be able to help.
Yeah, this is mine. Yes.
Right.
May I have your indulgence, Your Honor? I'm
No, that's all right.
repositioning from
And Judge, I can call some of mine. I have Ms. Bohannon that we called earlier.
Sure.
Well, never mind.
So, Mr. Medina, in this case, we've got a VOP first time up this morning, and then we have a bond hearing, which I'm assuming was scheduled in the afternoon because it was going to take a little more time.
Yes, sir. And we also have an arraignment, Your Honor, on the 1:30.
Okay.
And I discussed with my client, Your Honor, may I just go ahead and address those? On the VOP, which is on the morning docket, in 19 CF 1261, Mr. Betts would respectfully deny the VOP.
Okay.
If we can go ahead and deal with the arraignment that is scheduled for 1:30.
Sure, we can do that.
That is 23 CF 483. Mr. Betts will plead not guilty in that.
Okay.
And then he will be coming back at 2:30 for a bond hearing. I think we probably need to go ahead and keep that bond
Okay,
hearing
so
on
the
that
not-
calendar.
The not guilty, we'll come back on that one for just our regular pretrial on 6/14?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And we'll keep the bond hearing on for 2:30?
Yes, Your
Or
Honor.
thereabouts.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Bell, that's who's coming back. We'll be coming back at 2:30 for the bond
Judge, would the court mind if I recall Marilyn Bohannon?
Sure. Which case?
Marilyn Bohannon, she's on page 6, number 16.
Okay.
Ms. Bohannon is present and approaching. Case number for the record is 18 CF 1079. The state had made an offer, but she's going to need to talk to Mr. Morrow about it, so she is going to maintain her denial at this time, and I've given her a card and asked that she call to make an appointment with Mr. Morrow.
So we want to come back, Madam Clerk? How's our 16 versus 9? What kind of balance is that? Let's do May 16.
And that's at 9 o'clock, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Without subpoenas, please.
Without subpoenas.
Thanks, Judge. Okay.
Sean Billstein?
Sean Billstein, that's mine.
Yes, sir.
I was letting court security that Mr. Stokes is here so they can get that to the court.
Okay, thank you.
And Judge, that's for Mr. He had court in front of Mr. Wells. I'm sorry, Judge Wells, apologies, this morning. He's on his way from Port Moulton.
Okay, thank you.
Your client,
Yeah, Mr. Stokes' client is
Sorry, Attorney Mr. Sweeney is here too.
Are we ready for Bill Steen?
We can do them real quick, Judge.
Sean Bill.
Charles Russell, Public Defender's Office, Judge. This is Sean Bilstein. He's number 15 on your docket, 22 CF 1714. He's here on a violation of probation. This time we're going to enter a denial and ask that it be passed to the May 16th date without subpoenas.
Very good. Court will enter a denial. We'll come back May 16th at 9 a.m. without subpoenas.
That's yours. Matthew Sweeney.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning, sir.
Get my late start this morning. Judge, we have a resolution on this case. We've just not been able to reduce it to writing. My plans were to do it this morning. I couldn't find a written plea form. I had one from Judge Wells I was going to use.
Okay,
And
so you just need more time this morning? You want to come back early you want to come back this afternoon? It's a plea?
either way, Judge, just
I
get it resolved.
needs to get it resolved. You tell me how much time you need. You just need more time this morning? How much time do you need? We want to get it resolved today.
If I can get a form, I'm good this morning, Judge.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Working on an appellate brief and everything.
So
stuck
go
in
ahead,
that brief.
just go ahead and finish that, and we'll bring the inmate back out when you're ready. Okay?
Thank you.
Mr. Carrier.
Your Honor, Steve Medina with James R. Carrier, 23 CF 492. We're here on a bond motion. May I have just a second with Mr. Carrier, Your Honor?
You may.
May I have a moment with the state, Your Honor? I think we can work the case out in lieu of the bond hearing if I have just a moment. Your Honor, Your Honor, I am redrafting a typed up agreement to have 2 years regular probation, and I do need to give this agreement to him. He may have to be set aside, but it will be resolved today and get him out of jail and move the bond hearing. Yes. So, Your Honor, I'm giving this to him, and he can read it over, and I'll get back and make sure he's on it. No, you can't. You've got to read it.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be asking you questions about it, and, have you read it and all that? Because I don't want you to, something comes up and, I didn't realize this, and it gets messed up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
He's going to read it over. Tiaja Carroll.
Your Honor, yes, Steve Medina with Tiaja Carroll, 21 CF 3162. Your Honor, if I have a moment with the state, this one also might resolve. She's here on a VOP, but the underlying was a simple battery misdemeanor. The recommendation was basically to have given her a chance at anger management. However, she's been in 60 days jail, and she has no prior record.
Okay, so why don't we just pass over this? When we take a break, you can bring her back.
I think it'll get worked out today one way or another, Your Honor. I don't want her to stay in jail any longer if we can avoid a denial. Thank you.
Do you have anybody else that may need to be passed over? I can just pass.
Very likely, sir. I'm working with 8 or 9 people, and it's hard to figure
Wait
out.
on Mr. Medina until after the break, or?
You want to take a break and come back, Mr.
I do have an out of custody that I could do a continuance on Mr. Doherty.
Why don't we do that?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Steve.
Hey, Frank, I'm gonna put the girl back. She'll need to come back out the last one. Virginia, talk to her that.
Thank you.
We're just gonna wait and let the
So, just to advise the court, we'll resolve the young lady who was just out here, but I do have to write it up.
Yeah, we'll just pass over them. We'll come back.
Right.
You don't even have to announce them. We'll just come
Thank
back.
you. So if I could call Mr. Patrick Doherty before the court, Your Honor. And basically, Mr. Doherty.
This is case number 22 CF 2969 and 22 CF 2970.
Yes, Your Honor. And what I would like to do is basically continue the motion to compel. It'll very likely be mooted. Late last night, I received from Ms. Sharpless, hardworking prosecutor on the case, additional discovery that probably resolves the issues. I do need to review it with my client. The only other things outstanding would be FDLE in both cases.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we just make a rash assumption that it's been resolved? If it has not been resolved, then just put it back on. So let's not even put it on the calendar, but if you need to put it on, we'll put it, just call and we'll get it set for that.
That's fine. We could just reserve
We can do it in the morning on either on the 16th. We've still got time.
Very unlikely it'll be necessary. We're
Okay.
cooperating orders.
Very
Could we
good.
continue him to June 12th?
Very good.
And I will also note for the record that he's never received treatment and he's being evaluated for treatment, and I certainly commend him for looking into that option. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck. Thank you. Any others that might be able to be resolved before we take a break, Mr. Medina?
I don't know, Your Honor. I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Russell, do you have any that you want to take care of before we take a break, or you want to?
I can do it either way, Judge.
We can do it now. If you've got it.
They're all in custody. Terrence Cole.
Just give me all their names.
Okay, Terrence Cole, Randy Gooding, Joseph Hopkins.
Frank, if I get 33, 34, and 35, they will be handled. We're going to do the female first, sir, if that's okay with you, so we can keep them separated.
That'll work.
Ms. Gooding.
Charles Russell, Public Defender's Office, standing in for Ryan Morrow. Judge, this is Brandy Gooding approaching. Case numbers are 22 CF 1645 and 22 CF 2167. I believe we have an agreement. If I could have just a second. That one? Yeah. Oh, yeah. On Ms. Gooding's cases, Judge, she's going to admit the violation of probation. In exchange, the recommended sentence is going to be adjudication of guilt, revoke and terminate her probation. She'd be sentenced to 180 days in the Okaloosa County Jail on each count concurrent. There's one felony count in each case. She would get credit for all time served. She would pay a $100 cost of prosecution in each case, a $150 public defender fee in 22 CF 1645, and a $100 public defender fee in 22 CF 2167. She would get 180 days after release to pay any money owed, or it would be reduced to a lien. And I have a score sheet if I may approach.
State in agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Gooding, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I was looking at it, and the same terms are contained in the written plea agreement that I see you've signed.
Yes, sir.
First of all, have you read this plea agreement closely?
Yes, sir.
And have you gone over it in detail with your attorney to make sure you had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other legal questions about this document?
I have to have heart surgery, and that's the only thing is I might have to have it continued for the paying of it, if that'd be okay. And when it comes to that time.
Okay. Well, the way it's the way that it is structured now is that you'll have 180 days after you get out of jail. Okay? If you can't pay within that time, it'll go to collections. So now you're not going to get picked up in a rearrest or anything, but it'll go to collections. If you want to come back and try and change it, to extend it, I guess you could do that, but that wouldn't normally take place. But I mean, it's like you're not going to be rearrested and recharged or anything if you don't pay that, okay?
Okay.
I just want to make sure. Do you understand? Do you have any other questions about that you want to ask your attorney?
No, sir. That's it.
You understand that by entering into this plea agreement here today,
Yes, sir.
this will be a final resolution in both your cases,
Yes, sir.
and you're waiving the right to go to a trial and to
Yes,
contest
sir.
all. You think that's in your best interest to do
Yes, sir.
that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement. The court will revoke and terminate probation and sentence you to 180 days in the county jail on each count. You will get credit for time served. There's fees and costs that are contained in the plea agreement. You'll have 180 days after release to pay any money owed, or it'll be reduced to lien. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there a score sheet? Is a score sheet you okay with?
There should be a, yes, sir. And did you say concurrent, Judge? I didn't
If
catch
I
it.
didn't, it absolutely is concurrent.
Okay. And you're Mr. Hopkins? Yes, sir. Charles Russell Public Defender's Office for Ryan Morrow. Judge, this is Joseph Daniel Hopkins, case number 22 CF 34. On Mr. Hopkins' case, we're going to ask for continuance. He's being currently evaluated for vet court and or rehab. So we'd need, if we could put it off, say, a month without subpoenas.
So is May 9th, let's see, May 16th, is that too soon?
That would be better. May 16th, Judge, at 9.
Okay. So we'll continue to May 16th at 9 a.m.
So no plea injured at this time?
Oh, denial at this time. I'm sorry. It's a VOP. So
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So we'll enter denial, and we'll continue the case until May 9th.
May 16th.
May 16th at 9 a.m.
Right. Thank you, Judge.
Sorry.
Terrence Cole.
Charles Russell Public Defender's Office for Ryan Morrow. Judge, this is Terrence Cole, case number 22 CF 2560. If I can have a moment, we may have an agreement.
You may. Just want to say this is very clear.
On Mr. Cole's case, Judge, it's a violation of probation. He's going to admit the violation, and in exchange, the recommended sentence is going to be continue his withhold adjudication be sentenced to time served, pay $100 cost of prosecution, $150 public defender fee, revoke and terminate his probation, and he would get 180 days after release to pay, or the money would go to collections. And I've discussed the score sheet with the state. We're in agreement with it, but it's my understanding they're going to file one.
Okay, very good. It's not a downward departure, I see.
It is not, Your Honor. His total sentence points are 22.2. And Your Honor, just for the record, I think we need to announce that the credit for time served is as a special condition of probation so that he can keep his withhold. The reason for the credit for time served is I had initially offered 90 days of Okaloosa County Jail, but he has that credit, Your Honor. So the state stipulates the credit for time served, Your Honor, and it again needs to be as a special condition of probation. And
does that need to be included in the written?
And then probation terminated upon release.
I can rewrite it, Judge.
Mr. Russell.
Just put it in there.
And then probation terminated upon release from jail, so that probation doesn't have to supervise.
So for today, I can say probation is reinstated, then time served as a condition of probation that's been reinstated, and then it's going to be terminated and revoked upon release.
I think that'd be the best way.
I think you stated it better than the attorney.
I think she did, Judge.
And better than the judge would have. Let me look back. Let me back on the earlier ones. Zoning plea and Johnson. Well, that's all right. We'll handle it. It's not on my list. It's all right.
Close that out, because it doesn't actually turn into the other.
I may have it on my.
On the plea docket?
I may very well.
90 days probation, 90 days county judgment current, because you've got two counties. As a condition of probation.
Yes, I do.
Probation term.
I do have
release from jail.
Yes, I do.
Credit for 180 days.
Yes. Okay, so we'll do it.
No. Just still, that's why I put the credit for time serving. And then, like I said, your probation will end upon your release.
Okay.
Okay. It's the same thing.
Well, no, he didn't get sentenced.
So, Judge, I rewrote it and changed it to read as follows. Adjudication withheld, time served, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 public defender fee. I crossed out revoke and terminate probation. He would have 180 days after release to pay, or it would go to collections. He would be sentenced to 90 days probation with the 90 days county jail concurrent as a condition of probation, credit for any time served, and the probation will terminate upon his release from jail.
Good. Okay. Mr. Cole, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So I noticed that we were trying to get the actual wording of the plea agreement such that you could basically maintain your withhold of adjudication. and you would get credit for time served. And basically, the probation would terminate after your release. So, you heard your attorney outline it. It's contained in your plea agreement. I noticed you were talking with your attorney quite extensively before he handed it to me. Have you had all your legal questions answered by your attorney regarding this plea agreement?
I believe so. I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
He was just asking about his credit, Judge. He wanted to make sure he got all of it.
And you absolutely get credit for time served, which is a condition. So you'll have the 90 days in the county jail concurrent as a condition of probation. You will get credit for all time served, and probation will terminate upon your release from jail. Okay? Very good. Do we need a score sheet is going to be
Going to be filed. Yes, yes, sir. We've already gone over it, and we agreed to whatever she's going to file.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Did I hear that the state does stipulate that the time has been served?
Yes.
I gotta put that on here.
Yes. He
Well,
has-
yeah, that's why we announced it as credit for time.
Yes, he should have all the credit.
He has what I was asking for in.
Your excuse, sir. Good.
Here is Mr. Sweeney. You ready for Mr. Sweeney?
Mr. Stokes, you want to do yours?
Yes,
And then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back when we're ready on the remainder of it. You may. Thank you.
Sweeney was the one that sent back earlier to the private attorney that didn't have his agreement written up.
Oh, it's not signed by the defendant. It's not signed.
That would be important. It's all right.
Okay, this is going to do what we wanted to do. Just trust me a little bit. Let me sign.
Now, Mr. Stokes, you're going to go ahead, you're going to announce, do you need that form to announce? I want you to announce the plea. Go ahead and do that. If you need that, do you have an extra copy? If not, go ahead and announce it and then hand it to me. Okay. So announce the cases and announce the plea agreement, please.
Okay, Your Honor, Ted Stokes for Matthew Sweeney. Judge, we're here on case numbers 23-203 CFA, 20-1460, and 20-1637 CFA. Our form here is adapted from a county court form, so it's a little bit hard to read. Mr. Sweeney is entering a plea of no contest to charges of fleeing and eluding, felony, driving license suspended felony, another driving license suspended felony, a possession of controlled substance, that's a felony also, and the agreed upon outcome would be he would be sentenced to 25 months state prison concurrent with and coterminous with any prison sentence that he's now serving, that he would get credit for time served. I don't have the case number of his prison sentence, Judge. I think we can probably locate that, but if we need to, we can make a amendment to put that in if we need to.
Well, we need to make sure that it's clear on that. That's obviously an important
Your
point.
Honor,
Does the state
Yes, Your Honor, that's it. Give me just a second, because I do see why.
He's about ready to give you a case number.
You got a case?
So it's, this sentence will run concurrent with a case that's not one of these three cases?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Okay.
He's almost finished with that sentence.
Okay.
He was brought back here to resolve these cases.
Okay.
Sorry, Judge, give me just a second. I believe that it is 6621 CF 626, I believe. Is the long code.
Yes, it's the Walton County case?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Sweeney, would you please raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Sweeney, you heard, we've had some discussion here, but you heard the plea agreement that your attorney just identified, just stated to the court, and that same plea agreement is contained in the written plea agreement that I see you just signed.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure you've gone over that plea agreement. First of all, is that plea agreement you're agreeing to?
Yes, sir.
And you've gone over it with your attorney, make sure you understand all the legal ins and outs of this. This is a sentence of 25 months on each of these, each of the felony charges. Are all these felonies?
Yes, they're all
I
felonies.
think they are.
Okay, if they're all felonies, then that's fine.
They would run concurrent with each other. I'm not sure.
I know, but if they're misdemeanors, 25 months is too much. So on the misdemeanors, we've got multiple.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, the DWLSR in 23 CF203 is a misdemeanor, and the possession paraphernalia in 20 CF 1460 is also obviously a misdemeanor.
365 in the county.
That credit for time served on that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're being sentenced on all the felony charges. You're being sentenced 25 months DOC, and those will be concurrent with each other and coterminous with the prison sentence you're now serving. Okay, you will get credit for time served. Apparently, you're close to being finished with that. But because the 25 months is more than a year, the maximum you can get on a misdemeanor is a year. So I can't sentence you to 25 months on your misdemeanor. So for the misdemeanor charges, because you've got, there's 5 separate charges. You've got you've got 3 cases, 5 counts.
Yes, sir.
2 of those counts are misdemeanor. Those are just credit for time served. Okay, you're done with those. And the 25 months is the one that you'll be run concurrent with each other and coterminous with the prison sentence. Okay. Also, what about the fees and costs? Those will all go to liens, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And they're concurrent with 21 CF 626. Is that out of Walton County?
That is out of Walton County, Your Honor.
So that's the current sentence that you're serving in DOC. Okay. So I just want to make sure you understand this is the final resolution of these cases. That's probably why you're here. Glad to get these resolved. But you are waiving the right to go to a trial and all that. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You had all your legal questions answered from your attorney?
The credit for time served, I'm getting all the time served. I've got like 84 days.
Well, I don't know what the amount of the credit. You will get credit for time served. I don't know exactly what that is because I actually don't calculate that. The jail generally does that. So you will get credit for all time served. Okay? And as well as not only in this case, but the other case. The case that we're not even doing, which is fairly unusual. We're running it concurrent with another case that we're not dealing with today. Okay? Okay. Any other questions?
And Your Honor, just for the record, Your Honor, this is a downward departure. He does score on this score sheet 30.450 months. However, the reason for the downward departure is a legitimate uncoerced plea bargain. And the reason for that legitimate uncoerced plea bargain is that this new 23 CF case happened prior to the Walton County case in which he got sent to prison. The 20 CF cases that are on this score sheet and were just pled to the court were actually set for sentencing before he was picked up on the Walton County case. So it's just negotiating the score sheet to give him credit for the time that he would have gotten.
Okay.
If
you have the score sheet?
I do have the score sheet if I can approach.
Sure. Okay. Mr. Stokes, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank
you very much. Okay, we'll take, I think that's all you got, don't you, Mr. Stokes?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
have a good day. We're going to go ahead and take our morning break, and we'll come back. If you will,
Yes, sir.
somebody just give me a call.
.com for more information. Cyclone Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Fat Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
It's Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we
service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaysTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Bad Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
It's Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaysTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Fat Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
It's Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaysTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Fat Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaysTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Backbone Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Fat Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
It's Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at Dave'sTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Fat Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
So this is Miss Beth. Would you announce your client?
Thank you, Your Honor. Steve Medina with Tiaja C. Carroll.
Okay.
And we have a VOP agreement that she's signing. I'm adding a clause to say 6 months to pay monetary obligations prior to going to collections. It's a misdemeanor VOP, Your Honor. If I may, just write that on. You see that? 6 months to pay and pay monetary obligations for the collections. Go ahead and sign. Yep. Thank you. Sorry.
No, somebody signed it. Somebody already signed it.
Did you already
Did I sign
Did I sign in the wrong place?
it?
Sorry.
I signed in the wrong place. Will you go ahead and sign it? Cross mine out. That's a different agreement that I'm used to.
Where did I send it earlier?
No, I signed it. It's a different format.
Oh, you signed it where it's supposed
They're
to
reversed.
be.
There we go.
The order.
You need to sign it. Okay, now you need to sign it. Now we're good. We all agree.
I was like, I don't remember getting an agreement.
I guess we all agree. Good. Good. Do I actually know where that is?
Thank you, Your Honor. May I approach? Thank you. Thank you. Your Honor, under a VOP agreement that's been reached with the state, Ms. Tiaja C. Carroll will be entering an admission on the VOP. It was a JCS supervised probation on misdemeanors. And, no, actually it was state supervised, but it was on a misdemeanor simple battery, Your Honor. The state has agreed, Ms. Bosco has agreed to allow her to basically terminate the probation for time served, but we're not calling it terminated because we want to be able to keep her withhold. She has no prior. She's 20 years old. And under the agreement, it would be reinstated and modified to add special condition of time served with automatic termination upon release, so she won't be on any more probation. There will be a withhold of adjudication she's allowed to keep, $100 VOP fee, $150 public defender fees, 6 months to pay unpaid monetary obligations before they go to collections.
Very good.
That is the state's agreement, and just for the court's knowledge, Ms. Carroll has served almost 60 days.
Very good. Ms. Carroll, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I see those same terms are written down here in the written plea agreement that you signed.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to make sure you've gone over it in detail with your attorney.
Yes.
You had all your questions answered.
Yes, sir.
Because you're waiving the right to go to trial. This is a little bit tricky the way they're doing it, but they're basically terminating your probation. You're ending it, but you're able to continue with your withhold, which is good because you either have a withhold or you have it's called an adjudication of guilt. It makes a difference in your record, so it's better what they're doing. So that's what this kind of the way they're configuring this is set up that way. But you do understand this is the final resolution of your case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you've got 6 months, 180 days to pay any type of fees and costs that are contained in here. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. So the court will reinstate and modify, and there'll be a special condition of time served with automatic termination upon release. Okay?
Thank you.
Good luck, man.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, she has an agreement too.
Virginia Cochran with the
Your Honor, this is an agreement that is being signed to resolve the misdemeanor VOP. And the state has already signed this one in the correct place, I might add, so it's very helpful. May I approach, Your Honor, to a misdemeanor? There is no fines.
Did you take a picture of it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. Okay. I apologize for writing things up by hand, Your Honor.
We're trying. We were getting them done. That's what's important.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, under this agreement, Virginia L. Cochran and 22 CF 1744 will be admitting the violation of probation. There will be revoke and terminate. This was JCS supervision, and essentially she's doing the JCS recommendation. There will be 60 days Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served. There will be an adjudication of guilt on the misdemeanor. There will be $100 VOP fee, $150 PD fees. 6 months after release before unpaid monetary obligations will go to collections.
Very good. Is that the agreement with the state?
That is the agreement of the state, Your Honor.
Ms. Cochran, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, which is also contained in the written plea agreement, which you've signed. So my first question is, did you read this plea agreement closely?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you go over it in detail with your attorney, make sure you had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir, I did.
You're waiving the right to go to trial, you're waiving some other valuable legal rights. Just want to make sure that you're in agreement with that. You believe this is in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
And you've had all your questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Based upon that, the court accept the admission of the violation of probation, revoke and terminate probation. You'll receive 60 days in the Okaloosa County Jail. You will get credit for all time served. And there'll be an adjudication of guilt, and the fees and costs contained in here, you'll have 6 months after you're released to pay or go to collection. Okay? Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good luck. She was previously adjudicated, so I don't think there's a print.
Yeah. Carrier?
What do we got? Jackie Colton?
Might be James Carrier.
Your Honor, Mr. Carrier, James Richard Carrier, is approaching back before the court in 23 CF 492, and he is signing his agreement that we've been over, Your Honor.
Okay, very good.
I'm providing this to Ms. Sharpless to sign, and also providing probation a copy. Oh, I'm sorry. Carrier?
Oh, Carrier, that's fine. I thought you said someone else.
I have the next one.
This will be a copy for you, then. Here's mine. Your Honor, I just want to make sure he sees his score sheet. Right now, this has got to go to court, but I'd be happy to. May I approach with the agreement in support sheet?
You may. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Honor, Mr. James Richard Carrier in 23 CF 492 will be, I might have failed to check the box for nolo contendere. I may need it back, Judge. I apologize. He is changing his plea from not guilty to nolo contendere. Thank you. You follow me?
Go ahead.
Your Honor, under the agreement, there will be an adjudication of guilt as charged. He's charged with 2 third-degree felonies and 1 first-degree misdemeanor. There will be a 2 years standard probation, and I do need to reflect that that's concurrent between all the felony counts. There will be time served on count 2, which is the misdemeanor. So it will be 615 court costs, 150 PD fees, substance abuse evaluation within 30 days, with any recommended treatment to commence within 60 days, 24 hours community service, 6 months driver's license suspension, maintain gainful employment or complete 2 applications per week, random urinalysis, and as I stated, time served on the paraphernalia misdemeanor.
Very good. Mr. Carrier, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide the court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State in agreement on this?
Yes, Your Honor, that is the state's agreement.
So, Mr. Carrier, you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement, and I see those same terms are contained in the written plea and sentencing agreement that you have signed. Have you, first of all, have you read your plea and sentencing agreement closely? Yes, and have you gone over it in detail with your attorney to make sure you had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering this plea, you're waiving the right to go to a trial, and you're waiving some other valuable legal rights. Do you believe it's in your best interest to do that?
Yes, sir.
And this, of course, will be a final resolution of this case. Do you understand that? Okay. And you believe it's in your best interest to enter into this?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement. There'll be an adjudication of guilt. The court will sentence you to 2 years of regular probation on each of the counts. They'll be served concurrently. There'll be fees and costs that have to be paid during the course of the probation. You'll get time served on the single misdemeanor count. There's some other things, the substance abuse evaluation, community service hours, treatment. They're all are also conditions of the probation.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You might want, so, Mr. Medina, I think
sir.
on here, just make sure that it says concurrent.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and we put it on the record, but it's better to put it in writing, just so everybody's clear about it.
Okay. And I'm, after the phrase 2 years regular probation, I'm putting parentheses concurrent.
So that just means you're not doing it 2 years and 2 years more. It's just
Yes,
a
sir.
total of 2 years.
So not consecutive concurrent. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And you do need to report today when you get out of jail to 13 Kelly Avenue.
Today?
Yeah.
We still last time they let them go was like 7 o'clock.
Well, if you get let out while
If you can't get there by 5 o'clock, I mean, if they let you out after 5 or 4, and then just do it first thing in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Question?
So, Mr. Carrier, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning if you can't get there today, okay?
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. Managed to lose my cheat sheet, I'm sorry, Judge.
What city do you live in?
I have my cheat sheets in there. Oh, here it is. I'm good. All right, Steve Medina for Jackie Donald Colton in 23 CF 487. It's docket 20. Your Honor, I think Mr. Colton was originally scheduled to be on last week's felony arraignment, and there was an issue where everything had to be continued today. So he's on the afternoon docket for felony arraignment. We can go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty on the felony charge. Does the state have an information?
The information has been filed, Mr. Medina. It was filed as sexual battery, slight force. It reflects a victim older than 12. In this case, she was 12. It is first degree felony level 8.
So, Your Honor, he can plead not guilty if the court would allow us to do that. That we can let him get back to the jail.
Very good. The court will enter a not guilty plea and will come back on regular pretrial on 6/14.
May I do have one additional issue, Your Honor. He is scheduled for a bond hearing, and I think Ms. Basso has no problem with proceeding on that this morning.
That's correct, Your Honor.
I anticipate it. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I've reviewed the motion.
Thank you, Your Honor. I wanted to verbally add to our position on the motion for bond reduction, Your Honor, that I've discussed his financial situation with him. The most that he represents he's able to pay for a cash bond would be $30,000 cash or professional, which would be $3,000 to a bondsman. And Your Honor, he has an 81-year-old mother who lives in Ocala. It's his intent to go live with her. He could be put on, obviously, pretrial services. GPS monitor at lowest permissible rate would be an appropriate condition of pretrial release to make sure that he gets to court as he's supposed to. That's the main thing, is that his mother, 81 years old, does need him.
Your Honor, the state would be very uncomfortable with a bond that is that low. We understand $1 million might be a little high, but we still are asking for $500,000 cash professional at least. He is charged with a first degree felony. If convicted, it would be a minimum of 8 years up to 30 years. As I mentioned earlier, the victim is only 12 years old. He picked her up in a parking lot of the allegations, gave her methamphetamines, and then engaged in sexual intercourse with her multiple times, both in the vehicle and in the hotel. Your Honor, the concern that we have also is the defendant is transient at best. He has picked up charges in Nashville, in West Virginia, in Colorado, and in Okaloosa County. He was, by his own admission to law enforcement, passing through the area at the time of these offenses. He has no ties to the community. We do not believe that there is really any amount other than a very high bond that could give him the incentive to appear. At the very least, Your Honor, we are asking, of course, for the GPS monitor with pretrial services, no contact with the victim and any minors. But we are asking the court to set it at least $500,000.
Mr. Medina, you get the final word. Anything further?
Can I have him sworn just to have him confirm the things that I have stated?
Sure. Would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Colton, not discussing anything about the charge or any facts. I just wanted you to state, did I get it correct that your 81-year-old mother really needs you down in Ocala? And number two, that the most that your you and your family could pay for a bondsman would be $3,000 on a $30,000 cash or professional bond. Are those statements correct? If not, would you clarify?
Yes, you did, Mr. Medina.
Okay.
They are correct, and you have the information is correct that I foresee that you told me just now. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, the court shares the concern of the state with the severity of the charges. And while it seems like it's not uncommon for some defendants to have family concerns, the court's obligation is safety of the community, as well as to ensure the return of the individual defendant to the court hearing. So the court, I do think that the $1 million, I agree with the state, the $1 million is a bit excessive, but I don't believe $500,000 is excessive. So I would agree with the state. If the defendant does meet the obligations of the bond, there would be a condition of a bond, of a GPS monitor, no contact with minors, no contact with any internet or any kind of electronic, anything to access the internet.
And Your Honor, that, for the record, I don't think he's going to be able to make it, but that would be at the lowest permissible rate of $1 a day, Your Honor, the GPS?
Sure.
Thank you.
500,000. Okay. Thank you.
Marquise Cox.
Your Honor, his next court date is in the June 14th. Is that correct?
That's a good question. Do we have is his next court date for pre-trial?
Yes, sir.
Okay, June 14th.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Cheat sheet. Your Honor, this is Marquise Jarrell Cox. He's docket 21 on the morning docket with a VOP in 22 CF 2794. He also is on the afternoon docket, Your Honor, and perhaps we can deal with both of his issues at this time. The felony arraignment is docket number 14 on the 130 docket, and 23 CF 515. We do have an evaluation that's pending that's not court ordered. I've talked with him enough this morning to feel comfortable going ahead and entering a denial. And if we can go ahead and deal with arraignment, he would plead not guilty on the new law charge, and he could be on the June 14th docket for both cases running together, if that's okay.
Very good. The court will enter the not guilty on the new law charge and a denial of the violation of probation. And on both of these, we'll track those together. We'll come back on the pretrial docket on June 14th. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor, 48 on this afternoon's docket, for the end of this, Charles Crane. Evidently, he's wheelchair bound and he can't walk. And they can't get him onto the bus unless they physically pick him up and put him on the bed.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whose client that is.
That's Mr. Medina's.
I'm sorry?
He's also a Max. The maximum security prisoner this afternoon, number 48, Charles Craig. He was
Number 48 on your docket.
On the transportation, do you intend to continue that? Because we can't get him out onto the stand because he's wheelchair bound.
I believe that I'm sorry, can you let me look at that file for a moment before I respond? But it'll just take me a second. Should I do it this moment, Your Honor, or deal with Mr. Curley? I do want to, in good conscience, look at the file for just a second before I respond.
I agree.
Your Honor, this is Steve Medina with Gus Jr. Curley. He's on the VOP docket, 21 and 22. Excuse me, 22. I apologize. That's for cases 22 CF 1028 and 22 CF 1532 and 22 CF 1542. So he will be entering a denial on. Sorry, Judge.
I don't have those case numbers. I'm sorry. You're talking about the plea docket or the?
I was informed that it was 22 on the VOP morning docket.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. He's trying to track you. Okay.
Yes.
I've got the morning docket, and he's also on a new law charge this afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor.
23 CF 557. That's what was confusing me. Go
Yes,
ahead.
Your Honor. And we can deal with both of those right now, and
Okay.
with a denial on the VOP and a not guilty plea on the new law charge, Your Honor. He could be on the June 14 docket for all cases and counts.
Very good. The court will enter a not guilty plea on the new law charge 23 CF 557 and the three VOCC cases. Court will enter a denial. I think there may have already been because it's an evidentiary, so they probably pleas already been made. It doesn't matter. We'll still track them at continue to 614. Okay.
Before we get to the next inmate, can we have a look at the file? The man's there now.
We'll do it, Mr. Keith.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. Mr. Keach, why don't you? Morning, Mr. Keach.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thanks for being patient with me. I was with Judge Wells.
We understand, Judge Wells got to get his cases first. It's all right. It's not a problem.
That's correct. Correct. Judge, I have a written offer of plea if I may approach.
You may.
With a score sheet attached. I'll see that.
Can you look at the judge and see if the score sheet has a date on it? I'm getting dinged for that. Just write it up there, 418, if you look at this one. See what I'm talking about? Top left corner? Yeah, thank you. That way they won't get upset with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Can I leave it with you?
Yeah, I can take
Thank
it.
Can you? Thank you.
And I can make sure we get a written plea done.
Okay, well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I told Deputy Vice. These are yours, Charlie.
Judge, this is Kenneth R. Glenn III in 22 CF 2912 and 23 CF 507 and 22 CF 2912. He's going to admit the violation of probation. And 23 CF 507, tender a plea of no contest. The agreed upon sentence with the Office of the State Attorney would be that he be adjudicated guilty on all cases and counts. In 22 CF 2912, probation would be revoked and terminated. He'd be sentenced to 9 months in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served since his arrest on the original charge. In 23 CF 507, he'd be sentenced to 9 months in the Okaloosa County Jail on each count with credit for all time served, and those sentences would run concurrent with one another and concurrent with the 22 CF case. There would be no probation to follow. All financial obligations would be reduced to a civil judgment lien and sent to collections. The fines, costs, and fees are outlined in the plea agreement. In 22 CF 2912, there would be a $100 cost of prosecution and a $150 legal assistance fee imposed. And in 23 CF 507, there would be $515 fines and court cost, $100 cost of prosecution, and $100 legal assistance fee. And that is the plea agreement contemplated between the parties. It is a downward departure. It's a negotiated plea, and for the purpose of the new law violation, we'd stipulate to a factual basis. We're unaware of any DNA evidence that exonerates Mr. Glenn.
And Your Honor, Christine Boston covering for Zachary Rogers, and that is the state's agreement.
And Mr. Keith, you're in agreement as to this question?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Glenn, would you please raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I am looking at the same terms that are contained in your written plea agreement that has your signature at the end. So my first question is, have you read this plea and sentencing agreement closely?
Yes, sir.
And have you gone over it in detail with your attorney to make sure you had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering into this plea agreement, importantly, you're waiving some valuable legal rights. You gone over that? Your right to go to a trial, to confront witnesses.
Yes, sir.
These are valuable constitutional rights you're giving up in order to enter into a plea bargain. I believe that's in your best interest to do
Yes,
that.
sir.
Do you have any other questions concerning this plea agreement?
No, sir.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea agreement. As to the violation of probation, actually all the cases, the violation of probation as well as the 2 counts on the new law charge 23 CF 507, the defendant will be sentenced, and the probation will revoke and terminate probation, but on all 3 counts, you'll be sentenced to 9 months in the Okaloosa County Jail. You'll get credit for all time served on all 3 of the counts, okay? And again, your probation will be revoked on your probation case, no probation on the other cases. You get the Okaloosa County Jail credit for time served, you're done when you get out. You do have the fees and costs that are contained, they'll go to collections, so you got to pay those when you can. Okay? Any questions?
Gus Curley?
No, we just dealt with that.
Thank you, Mr. Keith.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem with that. Whenever you do it, just let us know. And
Okay, yes, sir.
we'll work around it.
Your Honor, this is Zachary Chase Brunson. I had that he was on the 1:30 docket. I did talk to him. I have a possible resolution. May I have a moment, or should he just come back at 1:30?
No, let's do it.
Okay, may I? I'll just take a moment with the state, Your Honor.
Sure.
Yes. Instead of us waiting right now.
Your Honor, the state is going to evaluate a proposed plea and sentence agreement that would be for concurrent probation, and it needs an opportunity to look things over. Can he come back at 1:30?
I'm fine. That's fine.
And then hopefully we'll get an answer at that time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
The one case I still have left on this morning is Bess, Jeremy Bess.
Yes, Judge, that's it. I discussed that with Madam Clerk. He was put on the 1:30 docket,
Okay.
and he's coming back at arraignment. I definitely have that notation. I think what it is kind of an artifact in the way the clerk's system works.
So
So,
that he's not here this morning, so he's coming back at the 1:30?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. So on my docket, that's the last of the cases that I have.
Correct.
Okay. So we'll take a recess and we'll come back and reconvene at 1:30. As we do on this. Good to see you, Mr. Russell.
Good to see you, Judge.
You know, come down visit us too often.